Hi, it's Rich Tarani with TMC. We're at the Real-Time Web Solutions Conference in New York, 2016. Praveen Mamnani is with us today. He's with Vertical Communications. Praveen, welcome.
Rich, thank you. It's good to be at the show.
We're thrilled to have you. So, Vertical's been in this space, in the communication space, going back decades, a long-standing provider. In addition, the company's they've made some big acquisitions literally decades ago, and even some big acquisitions recently. I mean, you're really you're shaking up the market. You're doing a lot of really interesting things, and real-time communications has become a bigger part of communications, just as the internet's become a bigger part of communications, voice over IP, and the evolution of that. And so, you guys, you probably have some really important things to say about where the market's headed. So, tell me a little bit about your thoughts on RTC.
Yeah, so first of all, it's great to be at the show. RTC, as you know, it has evolved over the years, and even the show has changed from WebRTC, which we believed in a long time it was just a protocol, but it's really about delivering a more end-to-end communication experience for end users as well as consumers. So vertical communications, as you know, we have delivered over the years value-added applications in retail, in healthcare, in auto dealers, which is a big vertical for us, where we essentially go in with direct engagements and we build prepackaged apps. So what RTC has enabled us to do is really allow us to, number one, if you look at how within an enterprise, as workers are becoming more and more mobile, is to give them ubiquitous access. So if you are, let's say, a service advisor at an auto dealership, or if you are an agent working in a pharmacy, with the web, ubiquitous access to the web, you can essentially, number one, work from anywhere. You don't have to sign on to VPNs anymore if you're working outside of the enterprise boundary. So it has opened up this door for this ubiquitous access to a breadth of features and capabilities. Number two, for us, if you look at the core of the WebRTC protocol that has evolved over the years, from an enterprise perspective, it still has several limitations. For example, the ability to do presence, contact management, conferencing. We have essentially taken those and now we have bridged our rich value-added capabilities and brought them in a hybrid deployment model where you get best of the both worlds. So you can essentially use the web technology, but you can also get the richness of the enterprise communication capabilities all through the same application.
So, being a strong player in retail and automotive, are you seeing video then as a killer app in those spaces?
Frankly, not yet. Video, we have seen adoption in the healthcare space where you have a patient-to-doctor interaction. And if the doctor wants to escalate the conversation to another subject matter expert with the patient. Within retail, we haven't seen a great deal of requirement for video yet. It will eventually come. Where we see adoption in the retail is really more around a closed-loop communication where you can have a notification alert sent through an SMS message to a consumer, and then they can respond back and get connected to a real-time and deliver more of a VIP experience where you can essentially do co-browsing to help the customer assist in purchasing a product, for example, or the ability to very quickly get into a visual conversation, but it's more text-based, and then bringing real-time voice into that conversation as an escalation path. Video is certainly the ability to pre-record a video stream and push it out in a chat channel is something we have seen a demand for as well. But a two-way video interaction in the retail space, I believe, is still not quite there yet as a business requirement that we are seeing yet.
I would imagine, though, in a world that's increasingly omni-channel, you're positioned well as these different channels merge.
Absolutely. And in fact, from our perspective, video, voice, text, they're essentially just another medium to carry the media, but the core application and the capabilities that we deliver to our end customers and end users doesn't really change. So the moment video adoption, for example, does become more relevant, we don't have to rewrite our applications because our underlying protocol stack, which obviously WebRTC natively gives you, it will be readily available for us.
Now, what about RTC and the enterprise in general?
I would say the adoption that what we're seeing in the marketplace, a lot of the use cases have revolved around customer service, where you have a consumer that's trying to do a click-to-chat or click-to-voice or click-to-video with a customer service representative as a general purpose use case. And where we do see more adoption, I would say, is within the internal team collaboration as well. As workers are becoming more mobile, as they're working from home, that's where the ubiquitous access plays a big role, and we're seeing that shift actually with pretty much every major player in the industry.
Excellent. Are there any things going forward that we should know about? Any cool things that you're working on that you're allowed to share with us?
Well, I think from our perspective, enhancing the workflows in the industry and optimizing the business workflows is a critical requirement that will become in the enterprise. I mean, we have delivered solutions in that space for over a decade, and we're essentially going to now bring that optimization to consumers on any device, right? So whether you're, one of the use cases that we use frequently is if you're in a pharmacy and you come through a drive-through, we can actually grab events from the drive-through in real time, and we can provide a notification alert to the internal staff. So what we see is not just people-to-people interaction with real-time web, but systems-to-people interaction becoming a lot more prevalent, and that'll allow for a more better experience as well as optimized process, which means, the bottom line, you have more revenue and more bottom line dollar for the line of business.
Excellent. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.